Welcome to the first ever Yeti Man audio commentary. This one, I am going to be doing the Bigfoot the movie series. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. 3, and 2, and 1. So, this song, I actually made it myself. And there was a full version of it, but, I ended up losing it because I don't have that old computer anymore, which kind of sucks. This is my mom. She agreed to be in the film as the news reporter. This is the only time she's ever appeared in a movie. I can see why. Not only would it make it very drastic, because within most of my movies, it's just like I'm playing kind of like adult characters, but they just happen to be in a universe where everyone looks like a kid. I have no idea how long ago this was made, but I think I might have been like 7. I'm 13 now. I have to do that statistic. So that's Easton playing Sheriff Hurt. Easton Hurt as Sheriff Hurt. And he was in a couple other movies, like Toxic Terror and The Visitor and White Noise and The Troll. And he freaking slipped down that ladder. That's pretty funny. So that's me as Bigfoot, of course. The original, while I was originally filming the trailer, it was mostly just me saying, oh yeah, this is happening in the Bigfoot suit. While I was originally, filming it, there was this thing where, I was in my brother's room, and in the original take of it, I crashed into his shelf, and it was so good, and I'm so sad I deleted that, because that should have been the one uploaded. And then Bigfoot attacks a camera that apparently was there the whole time.
Sheriff Hurt has been killed by this unknown creature that
People have been seeing around, known as Bigfoot.
We'll come back a little bit later with more.
And this was a scene that you can see it's pretty bad. I, for some reason, thought I'd be able to buy the chicken dance and just placed it on there in Windows Movie Maker. But I ended up just filming it with the chicken dance played in the background.
Bigfoot the movie 2.
Bigfoot the movie 2. Coming up is the greatest warning in film history. Warning. Warning. If you have not seen the Frisked Bigfoot the movie, watch it Frisked. Thank you. I filmed this vertically. I don't really like that. So basically, the Bigfoot the movie timeline is kind of jumbled and crazy in general. I'm planning on making a completely separate video on the same channel, Yeti Man Special Features, or maybe it's called just Ticket Man. It really depends on what YouTube's in the mood for. But man. I really need to explain the Bigfoot the movie timeline, because there was a lot of stuff I came up with, and I never made it clear to the viewers, and it actually fixed a lot of the stuff in that, fixed the plot holes created, because there's a lot of plot holes in Bigfoot the movie. There's a lot of characters that die and come back without an explanation, and there's a lot of stuff like this, where Sheriff Hurt died at the beginning of the last movie, and I guess they never uncovered his body or anything, because he was actually just knocked out. And somehow Bigfoot changed his shirt! But, yeah, somehow he was just knocked out in the woods, which has actually got a fence surrounding it. Which, that's kind of lame. Honestly, I should have just made a new character, or had Sheriff Hurt fake his death or something. I mean, later I introduced cloning into the timeline. Oh yeah, speaking about Easton's lines in that first part for Sheriff Hurt. Well actually, there were many original versions of Bigfoot the movie. Both 1 and 2 had original versions, which were both terrible, but I wish I could have them, because they were so bad, but they were hilarious. The original version of Bigfoot the movie 1 in particular, it was, oh my god, it was tremendously bad, and I'm just gonna have to do a video explaining what happened in that, because it's so much stuff. It was so long, and there was just so many plot points. And then with Bigfoot the movie too, I can probably summarize it here. The original version was actually shot at Easton's house. It had a weird plot twist where it turns out that Scientist Height, who was actually not named him at that point, but it was basically the same character, was actually Bigfoot, and he was just a guy in a costume, and then the real Bigfoot showed up, and it was pretty weird and crazy, but the reason that version didn't come out, that version, unlike the original version of Bigfoot the movie, where it was completely different, that version nearly came out, but during the filming of one scene, Easton's dogs escaped, and there was a big freak out and all this stuff, and it ended up just never being released. The footage, I looked over it by the end, though, and it was already pretty messed up, so... So I don't think I properly told Easton that he was playing Sheriff Hurt, because he's just acting like he was some random hobo that was introduced. I do think in the original version of Bigfoot the movie too, I do know in my original plan, it was not going to be Sheriff Hurt, who happens to have accidentally been resurrected. Or, not resurrected, who was just actually knocked out, not killed at the end of the first one. But a new character. And I think that might have made it into the original filmed version of Bigfoot the movie, but I ended up deciding that Sheriff Hurt was already an established character, which he really wasn't. We barely learned anything about him besides the fact that he went, "There ain't no Bigfoot gonna be in my town," and nothing else. So...
But we will be on the hunt. Okay.
Scientist Height is a character that has definitely the most contradictions. He dies in this movie, but somehow... Okay, so the contradictions come from me being confused on what character I played in Bigfoot the Movie 3, because I'm pretty sure in the credits I listed as, like, Dr. Jim or something, instead of Scientist Height, but whenever I was filming Bigfoot the Movie Reborn, I was, for some reason, under the impression, and forgot that was supposed to be a separate character, and that was just Scientist Height, and that he might never actually have died in, Bigfoot the Movie 2. But the thing about this is that I've come up with a better explanation in the Bigfoot the Movie timeline for that, and once I release that video, I will explain that. Those were not bones, they were mushrooms.
Hey, I think I see something over there. Look.
I had to have an excuse for Bigfoot to attack.
Oh my
Help me! Help me! Sheriff Hurt just stands watching him being killed. This part goes on for way too long. Like, whenever I originally rewatched this, I was thinking that, like, my internet was frozen or something.
Well, I guess that's the last time we're ever going to see
Easton
Bigfoot.
messed that line up. He was supposed to say Scientist Height, but he ended up saying Bigfoot. And since we had already filmed the scene like 4 times since then, I was so annoyed that I was just like, you know what? Instead of it, we'll just have it to be where Scientist Height is nicknamed Bigfoot for some reason. And then there.
Not even worth it.
Not even worth it.
Yeah.
Doesn't even recover his body.
Camera.
Oh, howdy! I think this character was named like Billy Bob, or maybe I never actually gave him a name.
Did you know that guy was being carried away by the big gorilla thing?
But the original version of Bigfoot the movie is just
Well, I saw this big
the greatest. I can't wait to release a video where I explain what happened in that, because it was just insane. It was just bonkers. I think one bit of information I'm going to give about it is that I didn't use this Bigfoot costume because I didn't have it yet. I used a homemade mask, and I actually reused that mask in the untitled test footage movie, which was supposed to be a full movie, but I ended up accidentally cutting out the last part of it, so that was a mistake.
So why are you here looking for Bigfoot again? You killed him already.
Ah, you killed him already.
Turns out there's multiple. Oh man.
Let me get my food eaten again.
Well, if you don't want that to happen,
Then here. That's a
Are you asking me to
Easton pretends that's like some sort of samurai sword in the movie, and it's actually just a broken bow and arrow from my brother's Boy Scout camp.
And is this your camera?
I said howdy whenever I got the sword thing, which I was thinking yeehaw, but I couldn't think of it in time, so I just said howdy again.
Wow.
I must admit, though, unlike some of other movies I made,
So
this
where
isn't
should we go?
very boring. Though the original version of Bigfoot the movie and Bigfoot the movie 2 were very boring films. A lot of stuff just not happening.
I think I found
Well, at least the
Bigfoot
original
over here.
version of Bigfoot the movie
Look over
2. The
here.
original version of Bigfoot the movie 1 was just insanity. I'm not actually sure if it was called Bigfoot the movie then, but it was basically the Bigfoot the movie is basically the spiritual successor to that movie. I think it was called like The Search for Bigfoot or something, but indirectly it went on to make me think, okay, I can make an actual Bigfoot movie that's way better than this. So you can see my zipper. These movies are basically like 1950s monster movies. They're just pure cheese, but they're so entertaining that you have to watch them. At least these first three. I feel like after like Reborn, I got a little too serious and became too self-aware. So they didn't get like as hilariously insane moments as this. I didn't inform Easton he was supposed to just be tranquilizing. Just supposed to be tranquilizing Bigfoot, so he shoots him in the head.
He thought that I was
That last scene on the couch was actually filmed a couple days after the actual movie was filmed. And here's the big plot twist. It's that the hillbilly dude, he survived apparently.
So we caught a dead one.
This is definitely, I'm pretty sure this is actually the longest. Yeah, this is the longest
Maybe
Bigfoot.
trade one fight or something. Maybe his pet or something.
So yeah, somehow he survived. I remember my explanation was that he ate his way through Bigfoot, but that didn't make any sense because Bigfoot was tranquilized. I don't know. How? It will be all explained when the timeline video comes out in 70 years. Ooh. And there's my dog. So basically, Sheriff Hurd has just let Bigfoot roam his home for like 3 years. Oh my god. If I ever reunite with Easton in any way, I need to make like a sitcom, Living with Bigfoot. It's like the prequel to it's like Harry and the Hendersons, except like with a completely lower production value. Just like the prequel to Bigfoot the Movie 3. Why didn't he just shoot Bigfoot? I remember when I announced this movie, I was like, 33 subscribers special, Bigfoot the Movie 3. I specifically went, Bigfoot the Movie 3.
I can't believe
And I proceeded to get louder because my brother was playing like Left 4 Dead 2 in the background on Steam, and he was going, no! No! Because he was like losing or something. I was just going, Bigfoot the Movie 3! And it was getting progressively louder. I thought that my acting in the scene was so good.
Come on,
You know why I did even though this is terrible acting, my acting is like, ugh, I'm so mad. But the reason I smiled in that one part is because I said, no creature could just open that door. And I looked over and my dog Echo was scratching at the door, and I started laughing because of that. This is the last Bigfoot the movie filmed in my old house. From this onward, it was all filmed in my new one. This loading up scene is so freaking long. Like, way too long. Also, you can hear my mom texting in the background. You can hear it if you listen close enough.
Think I'm ready to go.
you can actually, not even if you listen close enough. I can just hear it really loudly. And Bigfoot's just like eating something. See, my gimmick with this movie was Bigfoot's loose in the town! Despite the fact that the town is literally just the same forest from the first movie. This is a scene, for some reason, I would always forget making, where he attacks him on the run. I'm glad I made it, though, explain that it was finally a town. Because it would have been ridiculous if I kept on trying to pass off the side of my house. And Look, there's the forest from the first movie in the background. These people just have forests everywhere. And then he does a gorilla chest thing. My Bigfoot growl is like. So that is not Sheriff Hurt. That's a joke character me and Easton came up with a while ago, man, like Billy Bob Jenkins or something. Hello, Hellman. I thought it would be really funny if we put him in. And that is the best character.
Come on, what's up? What's up?
That is my brother, William Heights. He is. He's currently on a business trip in Japan, but I will forever haunt him with the fact that he was in Bigfoot the movie 3. But also the fact that he's literally the best character. So, this is the thrilling conclusion. That wasn't quite.
Even though
Never mind.
it will take 3 years to
Build
rebuild.
I actually like this joke, kind of.
And we lost like
70
70
people.
I want to still congratulate you for killing Bigfoot. Oh yeah, by the way, next year we're gonna clone Bigfoot, and he'll probably go straight for the city again. But don't worry, we'll just unleash him back in the woods.
That was set up for Reborn. I had been planning Reborn, and then my brother walks in. I had been planning Reborn for the gang member. Sad music. I think that was one of the Windows movie Windows stock sounds. And he's reading Goosebumps.
Your partner, scientist Hyde, has died.
But how?
I started having this is the movie where I started having an canonical in-universe explanation for why there's so many guys that just look like scientist height. And that is a big part of the timeline now because it's like actually kind of perfect. My attention, you see, this is the first one not done in a movie maker. And iPhone's kind of cut off the first 5 seconds. At least, since I also filmed this one vertically, as you can see by being boxed, at least with iMovie on the iPhone and Mac and Android, at least it stretches out your vertical video even if it looks weirdly boxy. So Bigfoot's changed color without an explanation, which I do have an explanation for that. My original explanation for that was stupid though, where it was the fact that Bigfoot was established as being thousands of, like billions of years old in the first movie. Whenever they cloned him, they inserted some other DNA and it caused him to age properly, so he became white-haired, which, that's pretty dumb. And I've got a better explanation for it. But the real life explanation is that the Bigfoot suit got way too small. I did end up wearing it in Monster Under the Bed.
I'm a clone of Scientist Hyde. I was the one that I put a
I like how he
chip
looks so
inside of
shocked
Bigfoot's
at
neck.
that though. It's
Well,
like, there's
all
so
my
many guys that
plans.
look like Scientist
I
Hyde on
made
the street in your
Bigfoot
universe.
kill him. It will never kill me.
The next is my favorite shot. See, he says, "Kill me!" That was an accidental shot I put in where I rip off my mask. I do like that Easton face though. He looks genuinely terrifying.
That's right, Sheriff Hurt. I lived.
Lived. So there's the big plot twist reveal. I can't believe I didn't introduce that in Bigfoot the Movie 3. I think I might have forgotten about it in that movie. Bigfoot the Movie Plan B, the first one without Easton. I look like an idiot in that. Why would a supervillain wear a shirt that said breakneck speed on it? Was this the first movie that had Carson in it? I'm thinking it might have been.
Where am I?
I don't really know.
Who am I? Well, basically, a while back.
Oh, and the villain saying to wear same shirt as the military guy, who's also a clone of Scientist Hyde. Spoiler alert, except it's never said.
And a while back, a hunter named Sheriff Hurt. He was a big old hero. He saved the world from Bigfoot multiple times, at least 3.
The world! He saved the world! Yeah, because a creature that can be defeated by literally being just shot wouldn't be able to sustain the world's military and government.
And killed him. So, you're our priority next.
You are our priority next. You think about this one is that back whenever this was like when I was like what? I was like
And that bat
11 or 12, so I didn't have an excuse
was
for this
from a
being
hunter
so
that
cheesy.
mysteriously gone missing in the woods. He was a cryptozoologist and he studied monsters.
Monster survival.
He reads it backwards because the Bigfoot page is actually the first one.
There's lots of things about the monsters he
And I wanted
studied.
to establish that Bigfoot was the last one where he got killed by Bigfoot.
Yes, very strange. And almost feels like impossible monsters. But they're all...
You know, this kind of sets up a Bigfoot the movie cinematic universe when you think about it. Considering all these monsters are canonically confirmed real in the universe, I could easily make a movie about any of them set in the same universe.
Go.
Go.
Huh. Here's Bigfoot. October 15th, 2011. I headed out of camp before dawn in search of the elusive Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch.
See, if I made this movie nowadays, I would have probably added some sort of flashback slide to this, which would have been cool. I kind of wish I did that.
Ready for an adventure.
Upstairs and grab something, you'll find it at the top of the stairs.
Alright.
This shot took so long to film because I, for some reason, kept on laughing in one line. I think I might have just kept on thinking about something funny, and then I forgot what it was again. I think I thought of something funny, then forgot what it was, but then I started just associating whatever that funny thing was with the line that I said, so I kept on laughing at that line.
The one thing we need to know is who made this, and we need to kill the Bigfoot. So, get ready to go.
Alright. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay.
He just got a gun tucked into his shirt. Carson, he's gone on to be a lot more successful. He currently voices slapping. I think that's pretty obvious. Very similar voices, but he's pretty good at doing that. He's also going to be a writer for the upcoming show that I'm making. Once again, it's just currently a secret. Whenever the pilot comes out, you know what it is. It's going to be very good. Maybe not. I don't know. I do kind of like this shot more than the original fight scenes, though. Because I like the lighting, even if it was unintentional.
Base. He's indestructible. I can't beat him. No answer.
Like always. He's literally been working with them for about an hour now. Like always.
Oh no. I need help. Base. Don't help me as usual.
And he makes another one about that my dog's in the background. She's actually right next to me right now.
Yep, it's dead.
What are those shoes? They're like black with pink laces.
What even is this place? Hey, I've got a canine unit.
Oh. So you thought you could spoil my plan for world domination, huh?
I wish I had developed this villain
Oh, you
more.
didn't think there was a
He's
second
like in this
copy
for
of this
one
book, did you?
scene, and he's probably in the
Just a
next
fake
one
old
for
book
one
for
scene
kids.
as well. Just a cheapo book for kids.
Hey, I tricked the entire world, including you.
He's not even doing anything. He has a gun. He can blow his head off right now.
You know how that Bigfoot survived all your gunshots?
How?
Metal skeleton. You didn't
Had to be.
I think that's sarcastic. I
And the
can't
brain?
tell.
I put metal around that too.
You mean
The only reason that brain exploded is
He
because
just
your
friends.
scientist friends,
U.S.
US
government.
military, were capable of hacking
Military.
into the chip in it. I could have really conquered the world. Luckily, the rest of the body isn't. I could use some spare parts as well.
Doesn't he like put someone's brain into Bigfoot in the next movie though?
Well.
I can't really remember. Or maybe he just has a full-on mechanical brain. I can't really remember. I'm thinking he put someone's brain in there. It would have been pretty cool if he put Sheriff Hurt's brain into it, and then Bigfoot would have saved the universe in the end by coming back to Sheriff Hurt. That should have been the absurd ending I should have had for Final Chapter.
That can't be true.
Because to be honest, Final Chapter is pretty underwhelming.
This time, you better get things done. Wow.
And he's laughing.
I miss this thing. He's back. Also, the mysterious masked man.
Oh, so this is like the end game of
He
Bigfoot
has
the
got
movie.
Bigfoot even more powerful
In
than
both
he
that it's
usually
like the
is.
last,
How?
it's like literally the end game,
I
but
don't
also
know,
it's
he's more
a
powerful. He
time
took
jump.
down all of our men, and also the brain can't be hacked into it to be destroyed anymore.
I swear, if someone's watching this in the
So-
future and Avengers movies have gone completely out of
Yeah.
style,
Well, it's time.
no one's
We
gonna even
have to
understand what
finally
end
face
game is.
Bigfoot for the final time.
I like this character. I like him way more than the original Hillbilly character, and I like to think that they're related somehow. Oh, and someone's license plate is very blurry in the background, but if my camera was a little more high quality, they would have gotten doomed.
My plan.
He's not even looking at anything!
Perfectly now.
I wish that I'd at least put like a video on there. Also, he's cross-legged, which is a pose I do enjoy. I am very flexible. I usually sit cross-legged, but I don't think it's very menacing for the villain.
The secret facility of the lost masked man.
It's the same one! I went on to make in later movies either have it be the same location or having it filmed in a different place. I wouldn't film two scenes of different places in the same exact location. Okay, maybe I did in Slappy's Revenge, but whatever. That was like a deep scene. So, this fight is way worse than the one in... Okay, so was it ever explained
Get down and stay down.
how Bigfoot's brain was repaired after it was exploded in the last movie? Was that explained at the beginning or something? Or was it just... At least we make us... This is a pivotal plot point that actually shows... That actually makes a reason for... That actually points out how the villain and the main character are wearing the exact same... I mean, the military guy are wearing literally the exact same clothes.
I found your real name. What is it? It's.
It should be a big plot point. It should be a big twist, but his real name is just something random.
Your
Like,
real name.
I came up with such a good idea for his
Hello
real name
there,
later on.
Dave Switzer.
Dave Switzer. It's just some random name. It's not anything plot
I guess
important.
you thought that your
I
little
kind of wish that I made it
son was me,
his last
and you
name
shot him
Hurt.
like an idiot.
Like Dave Hurt. That would have worked so much better because at least would have brought things full circle. But no, it's just some random name. This movie is probably the biggest regret because it's so underwhelming for an ending.
I'll do it another one too.
It's definitely the best acted Bigfoot the movie, which isn't saying much, but this transition shot is so bad. He just suddenly puts that mask on. I wish that I'd had a scene where he's like, and then he pulls out the mask, and then it has him, has Carson there, and he reacts, and he goes, "Oh!" And then it goes back, and it shows him with the big
Scientist height.
Scientist height.
Clone in the last one.
I was gonna say my name, Shepherd Height. But
I got some Bigfoot DNA mixed in with me when I was getting cloned.
I do like that, and it does kind of take things
monster.
full circle, because it's like the original Bigfoot is the main villain. It's not the original Bigfoot either, he just has the same face. See, a shot like that should have been the one for the reveal. Also, our main character just runs away.
I
do like this part, though. That's Carson in the Bigfoot costume.
You're supposed to.
You can kind of tell, because it's a little more saggy on him, and also he's way shorter. I also like it coming full circle with Bigfoot being the hero in the end, but either way, it would have worked way better if that was Sheriff Hurt in Bigfoot's body.
Urgent call here.
It would have been absurd and ridiculous.
Masked man.
But Bigfoot the movie is absurd and
He's dead
ridiculous.
Finally.
And my original plan for the ending was so much better too. It was pretty good. It was basically like, it was like a compilation of scenes from Bigfoot the movie and Bigfoot the movie 2 and 3 and Plan B, and then this one. And I feel like that would have been a good tribute. but I was too lazy to do it. So anyway, that is the Bigfoot the Movie audio commentary. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, Yeti Man out.